see what that just did?
Let's see what that just did.
Okay, hit plus down there real quick. I want to see something because I think we may be able to do something here. Media source. Yeah, we could probably
media source the.
We can throw in pictures and stuff like that. If we got like another device over here plugged into it, we can do other things like that.
Okay, we can do that. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, I guess we're streaming now, right? Guess Doc hit start streaming. So, we're streaming. Hi. Doc's not here at the moment. He is indisposed. As soon as he comes in, we'll start the show. You can sit here and watch me sip coffee. I know. You're excited about that. That was ESPN telling me stuff happened. Oh, coffee shop opened yesterday.
Yeah.
Have to check that out. One of these, if you're in the area, you know all these snowball shops have opened up. One of them got smart, and because they all closed down in the winter, and this guy decided he's gonna open his up again as a coffee shop while he's closed for the snowball shop. So that's pretty cool.
And what's even more amazing and smart in his behalf was they did 4, if not 5, soft openings and gave away free coffee.
Oh, cool.
So that the baristas could train.
Oh, that's cool. That's smart.
And from what everybody on the neighborhood pages is saying is that their selections had been very delicious.
Cool. All right. Check that out. I don't know where the hell he is.
Oh, he's in the bathroom.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, I just hit start streaming, so we're streaming now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start streaming.
Okay.
We were playing stuff.
Pretty good. All right. Well, welcome to Take Offense.
Welcome to Take Offense.
I'm Cody.
I'm Nick. We have our new Take Offense sign.
We are moving up in the world.
High-tech graphics.
That's right.
We're getting there.
Remember, don't take offense.
Take a stand.
And if you take offense,
That could be your conscience tapping you on the shoulder. We're not going to say anything that's,
not true.
well, we're also going to talk about opinions and stuff like that. And, when you start taking offense at opinions, you get back into that whole, what was that the Viking meme where the guy's standing there with his spear and his conical helm, and he says, "How sad it must be that you are so weak, mere words hurt you."
That's good.
Back in the day, what was it? Sticks and stones can break our bones, but words can never hurt us. That's kind of a lie, but it's at least frickin' just lighten up.
Yeah, quit being a snowflake. So we're gonna do a couple new things today that we're gonna kind of make regular things on the show.
Formatting.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk the radio guy came up with ideas for formatting?
And we're gonna start with, and we're gonna take turns doing this every week. And so I had one today, and we're gonna start with the quote of the day.
A quote of the day. All right.
This quote is from a great philosopher and red meat and mustache enthusiast, Ron Swanson. And it is, never half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Give me all the eggs and bacon. Now, what you heard me say was lots of eggs and bacon. But what I said was, bring me all the eggs and bacon.
No, the salad was great. Excuse me, you've made a mistake and brought me what my food eats.
Yeah.
Great philosopher, Ron Swanson. All right.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah, we're drinking coffee. We're doing our best. We're getting going.
Yeah. So I found, first off, we have a report. We are about a month in to the Hollywood scandals going on, and Tom Hanks
Yes.
is still accused of being a good guy.
Being a good guy, yeah. The other one was Keanu Reeves was accused by 5 women of taking them out on really nice dates and having a great time. So there are good people in the world. You just gotta sort of
filter through
filter
through the assholes.
Which is funny. We watched Parenthood the other night,
right,
with Steve Martin,
yeah.
And just the look on her face when Keanu Reeves comes out from under the bed in his first scene. It's just because it was straight up, Bill and Ted Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the
shaving. It was 80s shaving our heads.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
That was such a good movie, though.
Really
Real
was.
parenting movie.
Yeah, their stuff pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so Castaway for the first time.
Yeah, she saw Castaway for the first time.
Nice. I created fire.
Well, no, see, after the whole airplane crash and everything, she's like, and I hope I'm not giving away any spoilers. The movie's been out for like 20 years. But anyways, she goes, I have never been this emotionally invested in a movie before. This is crazy. This is just so intense. And I went, he hadn't even gotten to the island yet. You ain't seen shit. And then she saw the ice skate abscess 2 scene. And she goes, I need a cigarette. Because I was kind of half paying attention. I was playing games on my phone because I've seen that movie 100 times. And she goes, oh no, oh hell no, oh hell no. And I look up and I see the ice skate. I'm like,
Now, coming from somebody that's had a toothache, I can totally understand the desperation in that moment.
Making the tooth go away, yeah.
And I can honestly say I would probably have done or tried to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, there is something I am excited about.
What are you excited about?
Coming out that I just saw a trailer for yesterday. And first thing I saw was the title and then the actors. And the actors are Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Negan, also John Winchester and
Supernatural.
Bruce Wayne's dad in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
Which was funny because his parents were Negan and Maggie. And Negan killed Maggie's husband. So it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, The Rock. Don't have to explain where he's from. And Joe Manganiello, or however you say his name, who is from Magic Mike, and he was in True Blood.
We saw this advertisement. We saw Thor Ragnarok on Saturday.
So you saw the advertisement for this movie?
Friday. So we saw the advertisement for this movie.
Okay, and the movie's called Rampage.
Oh no, we didn't see that.
Oh yeah. So
we saw Jumanji.
Oh no.
The Rock is in Jumanji.
Yeah, The Rock's in Jumanji. But so I saw Rampage, and I saw these three guys, and I'm like, that's an interesting group of guys in a movie called Rampage. These guys are gonna cause some fucking destruction, man. No, they're not causing any destruction. Rampage is based off the old arcade game where you had the giant gorilla, the giant crocodile,
the monsters.
Yes, and what it is The Rock is a gorilla trainer, and he comes across this albino gorilla and like raises it and everything like that. And he goes, yeah. You hear him in the trailer. He goes, yeah. Yesterday he was 7 foot tall at 800 pounds. This morning he's 9 foot tall and pushing 1,000. What's happening to my friend?
He just starts growing.
Yeah, and they said I guess somebody shot him with some genetic shit or something like that, and they, and so now of course they want to bring him to America.
Well, of course.
So they put him on the plane, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I guess, is the corporate dick.
Don't put him on a plane.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get him there, okay." And then you see him start to bust up the plane from the inside, and then lands in the middle of fucking Chicago. Yeah.
Couldn't happen.
And then you see him flying over to a helicopter, and the chick in the plane chick in the copter with the Rock's like, "What's that in the water?" You know what I was just thinking? We're missing a giant crocodile. So yeah, they got the monsters from Rampage. If you remember that game, that was huge in the 80s and 90s.
You used to play the monster.
Yeah, and you went through and just destroyed cities.
You grab people and you smash cities.
Yeah, it was on. I think it was on Nintendo or Super Nintendo or one of those two.
It was an arcade game.
Well, yeah, but it was on one of the game systems. But
I never played it on a game system. I shoved quarters into that bitch.
Oh no, so did I. But I knew it came out on the game system, one of the older game systems, if not more than one. But no, it was such a fun. It was one of those games you just go and destroy shit.
It actually comes from an old game which I had on Atari computer, and I had a cassette drive, like a cassette tape, and you'd put it in there and you'd click go and it would go. So the same idea of an old modem. Well, they used to do that to load programs on a cassette, and it was all audio, and it was called Crush, Crumble, and Chomp, and you'd have these movie monsters, and they'd run through the cities, and you'd smash stuff, and you had to eat people. Or
I want to try to show you the trailer.
Show me the trailer.
We'll see the trailer at the break because you don't want it to play through.
Oh, that's a big monkey.
That's just him out there with the gorillas. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll do the.
Okay. Well, you just play it on mute because you don't want it on that.
The audio's not going to give us any shit on that one. So we're gonna Aussie Man review it. 7 feet, 500 pounds, yeah. Okay, that's what happened. He got gassed.
It was some sort of thing.
It's okay. This morning he was 9 feet pushing 1,000. What's happening to my friend?
Are you familiar with genetic editing?
Genetic editing. Worst idea ever.
Worse than AIs?
Is he the only one?
Oh my god. Was that Carl Urban?
No, that was Joel or Maggiano guy. Joe Maggiano or whatever. Magliello.
Giant Wolf, yep, absolutely. San Andreas.
And I love that the music for it is a symphonic version of say again? Yeah, the song Bullet with Butterfly Wings. I think we'll be alright. Famous last words.
The only other words are politicians going, trust me. Let's
Hold
save
your
the
baby.
Hmm?
Hold your baby.
So yeah, Giant Gorilla in Chicago.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, an A10. Why wouldn't the A10 just cut that thing to pieces?
Genetic editing. George of the jungle.
George of the jungle. Happy
Dude
as he
just
can
shoulder
be.
blocked a building. Yeah, here it is.
Just thinking the only thing that's missing right now is a giant crocodile.
That's a giant crocodile.
Uh-huh.
The only thing
Comes
that's-
out on April 20th.
Wow, that actually looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
Comes out on 420.
So yeah.
holy smokes, yeah, that looked like a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So watch the trailer for Rampage because it's a hoot.
Yeah.
The Rock is a riot.
Rock is always great. He's another one that you haven't heard anybody come forward and say,
Well,
he's a dick.
He's gotten a couple of divorces and
Does he?
yeah.
A couple?
Wow, no, he divorced his. He probably hasn't gotten married since he divorced his original wife, which I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you just kind of go, whatever. Divorces happen. It's like a lot of people were irritated with Chuck Norris after he got super popular, and ended up divorcing his wife. And
I think he was married to a wrestler.
who?
The Rock.
The Rock's original wife was The Rock's original wife when he was still like a football player.
No, they got married in '97.
I
That
don't
was
think
right in the middle of the Attitude Era.
I don't think she was. I think he had a wife before that.
No, he only had one. He's only had one wife. I'm looking at it
Okay.
right now. Spouse, Danny Garcia, 1997 to 2007.
Oh, okay. Who's Danny Garcia?
That was his wife.
Well, click on it. You said she was a wrestler.
I said I think she might have been a wrestler, but oh no, she's an actress. She was in Snitch, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh. All right. Who knew?
and she's on her second marriage.
Yeah. That's. All right, Dwayne. I'm sorry. I made. What do you call those? Oh yeah, assumptions.
Yeah,
I'm not immune. I make assumptions.
make assumptions about the Rock, man.
Most of my assumptions about The Rock are probably pretty true, and they involve his anatomy.
You're gonna end up in the SmackDown Hotel.
My favorite story about The Rock is Michael Clark Duncan and The Rock had a fight scene in The Scorpion King, and The Rock said during this fight scene he punched Michael Clark Duncan in the face hard, and The Rock felt it go up his arm, and he was like, "Oh my god, dude, are you all right?" And Michael Clark Duncan looked at him and went, "What?" And The Rock went, "Note to self, never fight Michael Clark Duncan for real. Because I just punched this dude really hard and he didn't even blink." That's my favorite Rock story that The Rock tells.
The Rock tells.
My favorite story that The Rock has told about punching Michael Clark Duncan in the face. You don't fight certain people. It's
And
just a bad
he's
idea.
definitely one of the best speakers ever in wrestling.
He's very well spoken.
Not even well spoken, just
I'm
he
being
was
an ass.
Outspoken.
yeah, outspoken. Yeah, it's so good. Just good, and especially during the
He
Attitude
had
Era.
very good timing.
Oh God.
Good time. Who
And
in
delivery.
the blue hell are you?
Yeah.
Yes. That almost killed my
Like
wife.
when he came back. Yeah, when
Yeah.
he came back and then all these new people were there.
Who in the blue hell are you?
Because you had,
I
I mean,
want you to take that new shiny belt. Turn it sideways.
just stick it up your Rudy Poo candy ass. he,
Oh, Lord have mercy.
but it was like him and Attitude Era was him and Jericho were like the mouths. They were the speakers, they were the guys who came out there and talked all the shit.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold just came out there and was being a redneck.
I know, and he did it so well. Now there's Stone Cold's what is it? The Broken Skull Ranch.
Well, the whole Austin 316
Yeah.
started on an ad lib.
Yeah, he just made it up.
He was sitting in a backhoe, like digging a grave for Jake the Snake Roberts.
Mhm.
and they had him on the big screen. He's sitting in the backhoe digging the grave for him, and Roberts is at back of the arena in the ring, and that's when Roberts was doing his whole
Preacher.
Christian thing. And Austin goes, "You talk about your Psalms, you talk about your John 3:16s. Well, Austin 3:16 says,"
Yeah.
and that became like the biggest damn thing ever. I mean, Austin 3:16 shirts were everywhere. That was the biggest thing in the 90s.
My wife has a Stone Cold Steve Austin bank that you shove coins in his head, and when you shove a coin in him, he goes, "Austin 3:16." The Stone Cold said so. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my
Okay,
god.
is this right? Charles Manson died?
Yeah, he and Malcolm the same couple of days.
Well, you can't link those two together like that.
I saw he was in the hospital several days ago.
Yeah.
Malcolm Young from AC/DC
Malcolm
passed
Young,
away yesterday,
yeah.
which was he had been dealing with dementia for like 3 years.
He had been dealing with problems for 20 years, dude. I can remember almost 20 years ago he had to take time off. He had some stuff going on.
Manson's still alive.
Really?
Charles Manson's condition remains a mystery, but officials say he is still alive.
Oh, so he's just in the hospital.
So of course, everybody's putting out constant, Manson's dead, Manson's dead. Click on me.
So what? Yeah,
And when's the last time he was relevant? Well, see, it became a little more relevant when Aquarius came out. It's a TV show,
Yeah.
David Duchovny, which
Well-
was actually pretty good.
well, here's the crazy part is we shouldn't hope Manson dies because every time he has a parole hearing, it's gold. You listen to that dude talk and you're like, oh my god,
I am perfectly sane.
I am perfectly sane. No, not even a little bit.
Filter, filter.
Oh my god, dude, that dude,
And it all happened because the Beach Boys wouldn't let him be part of the band.
sons of bitches. You were just laying in bed. You laid
Like
in bed.
Brian Wilson did.
Laid in bed for years, and you couldn't
Did you get the
step
reference?
aside. Yeah, it's
Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies. Yeah, was that Gordon or their breakout album? Because they had like 5 albums, and then they actually made it to the radio.
I don't remember. I think it was Gordon.
Laying in bed,
Drunk.
just like Brian Wilson did.
So great. Drove
Crazy.
downtown. You know how they got their name?
Bare Naked Ladies.
Uh-huh.
Not a big.
They were the Rob, whoever the singer is, band, and they weren't. Nobody was coming to their shows,
Oh yeah.
so they put on the sign on the marquee, "Live tonight, Bare Naked Ladies," and packed the house.
they were hilarious because they were talking about
Birch Cost Stadium, home of the Rocky.
all these years that they had been doing music, and nobody really knew who the hell they were,
Yeah.
and they finally had a breakout. So nobody knew what was up, and this they had Get Naked with the Bare Naked Ladies
Mhm.
pool party, and so they're like, cool, and they come running out naked out of the limo, which brought them there, and they tackled the radio guys and drug them into the pool and pulled all their clothes off and passed their clothes out to all the ladies who were bare naked in the pool, and everybody got naked, so they had to turn all the cameras off. They were like, this is a terrible idea, and that's a fantastic idea.
They got millions.
Well, they have a song,
Well,
if I had $1 million.
yeah. Well, and it's funny because they had, and I don't think a lot of people know it. It's that way with a lot of bands. Is they had a lot of really good songs, and everyone knows them for 1 week, which is still a good song.
It's a hoot.
But they had some really good songs.
They were in our. My wife had a bunch of their albums, and so we had. You got to remember, this is. You guys are judging on current technology, but 15, 20 years ago, the big thing was you take all your CDs and you make mix CDs for driving around on the road, because you may have 500 albums. Every album has like 2 songs you like.
Yep.
So you rip off all the ones you like and you put them on CDs. And so my job at one point in time was making mix CDs for our car trips. I still have a bunch of them. They're pretty clever.
I just seen the greatest Tooth Fairy note ever.
I just saw it too.
Dear Donovan, I tried to come and get your tooth, but there's so many toys on your floor, I tripped and fell. I'm going to come back tonight. Please make sure your room is clean so I won't hurt myself again. Tooth Fairy.
Nice. Oh, we had the best time. We were talking about Santa Claus, and my youngest was finally at the age where she was like, "All right, tell me the truth. Tell me about this Santa Claus thing. Who's Santa Claus?" And my wife, who had been sick and tired of Santa Claus stealing all her thunder, because she came up with some rather good presents. And they always were Santa Claus.
Laura and I are kindred spirits.
Absolutely.
That's all I can fucking say.
She's like, you know, fuck Santa Claus. I came up with this idea.
That
damn it.
tubby red bastard keeps stealing my glory.
Exactly. Tubby Red, the producer said, the Tubby Red bastards keep stealing my glory. And this is absolutely true. So we're talking about something, and Caitlin goes, well, who's Santa Claus? And my wife raises her hand, and she goes, oh my God, that's crazy. And it's like, yeah. And my youngest puts things together really fast. She chain links together amazingly. She goes, are you the Tooth Fairy? And Mommy looks at me, and I raise my hand. And she's like, you're the Tooth Fairy? And I'm like, yeah, Mommy tried to swap teeth once, almost fell and died. So I had to sneak through y'all's rooms from that point on. And I said, to tell you the truth, there were actually times where I did like sleight of hand, and you had the gold coin under your pillow as you went to bed. I said, hey, let me check that tooth. And I'd switch envelopes, because we'd always use envelopes.
See, we stopped doing the under the pillow thing.
Oh no!
Because the way our kids thrash around, the money would end up missing anyway.
Oh, no! I remember how it started. It started with we talked about Santa Claus, and then she goes, oh, by the way, I have a loose tooth, and Laura reached over and grabbed a gold coin, because you know those gold dollars. That's what we used for the teeth.
The Sacagawea dollars.
They have a whole bunch of them now, but they're all the gold dollars. So you'd get a gold coin when you lost a tooth, and you know they're like, oh, gold coins, that's awesome. So Laura reaches over and pulls a gold coin out and hands it to Caitlin, and she's like, "You're the Tooth Fairy." And that's when she went, "Nope, he is." It was awesome.
We started using
She is right there with you. She was like, done.
We started using their shoe holder that was on their door. You just put it in one of those things.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
And Hunter had one this week, so I had him put it up in our little cage up there in the living room. I was like, just put it up in here. Sure. Doesn't matter where it is. A Tooth Fairy will figure it out. Okay.
So yeah, I asked him yesterday to make sure he got it because didn't want his brothers to gank it.
Ah.
And I was like, so did the Tooth Fairy come to see you? He's like, she sure did. I was like, how much did you get? He said $10.
$10.
Oh yeah, my dad set the bar real high for the Tooth Fairy.
Oh God.
Okay. Hugh Jackman wins this week.
What did Hugh Jackman do?
Okay. Hugh Jackman wins in the Twitter sphere this week because I'm sure you know this as well because you watch The Voice that Blake Shelton was named the sexiest man alive. By People I know.
Dude,
it's great.
It has gotten so crazy. So many.
It is the greatest troll by People Magazine ever. Because yeah, everyone's losing their shit. So Hugh Jackman, who has been the sexiest man alive, tweeted, "Hey Blake Shelton, take it from me. Humble only gets you so far. Milk the sexy status for all it's worth. The ring goes all too quickly. Just ask Ryan Reynolds."
That's awesome.
So good.
Oh,
way to go, Jackman.
The memes of it's like any random sexy dude, and then the picture beside it is Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
And it's electoral college versus the popular vote.
Yes. Yeah, and then there's the
I've
other
seen three different ones with three different, like.
Well, Patrick Stewart is jumping in it too.
He's like, "Hey, well, I'm a sexy man."
Well, he had commented something about it, and Ryan Reynolds said, "You're both just speed bumps on the road, you're both just speed bumps on the road to Sir Pat Stew, which is Patrick Stewart, out of the way." And he's talking about the whole Jackman and Blake Shelton thing. Yeah. So Patrick Stewart posts him on the cover of TV Guide. when he was on Next Generation. Look at that picture. And then it said, "Gentlemen, come at me when you're this sexy." Fucking, I don't know now. Patrick Stewart might have won that.
Patrick Stewart did well.
Oh my
No,
God.
there's you're right. There's memes and it shows Jason Momoa or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Jason Momoa.
Naked from the waist up in water, and they go, "Yeah, how many people saw this picture and thought, nah, Blake Shelton's got him. Blake Shelton's way sexier than this dude." I actually
So, in response to Patrick Stewart's TV guide, somebody posted 50 Shades of Earl Grey.
50 Earl
Oh.
Grey, hot,
Oh, Earl Grey.
awesome.
Oh my God. Oh,
I actually liked Patrick Stewart in The Next Generation.
Oh, he was great.
Because there's a couple of scenes where he's very intellectual and he's very we need to figure this out.
and
But
he's
there's
very British but French at the same time.
well the
Does that make him pish posh?
remember the British Isles were conquered by the Normans, who were French. Check it, Vikings.
We're also talking about like 200 to 500 years into the future when who knows who's going to be speaking what where.
Well, you always
'Cause he
default,
does
you
it
always
when
default to the British.
there was an
language.
episode where he goes back home to France.
Yes. And you always default to a British accent no matter what you're doing. If it's to be exotic, you do British. But then there's what was it? Oh, I was talking about he's all very proper and very whatever. Then there's a scene where like something appears on the bridge, and freaking Captain Picard double legs him into the wall and takes him down. And it's like, oh, well,
The fuck was Jean-Luc, man?
he's all active. Well, later on you find out why he calmed down is because he's got a fake heart, because he was stupid when he was young.
Yep. But no, I love Next Generation. That was such a good show.
My wife hates Next Generation. But, well, we've already discussed why she hates it. It's Troy and Riker. But did you ever see the thing Riker can't sit in a chair, right?
Yes, those are great. Oh God, they're hilarious.
Look it up. Right now. Yep, just look it up. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, too funny. But yeah, there's this whole Hollywood thing about, I love one of the memes that says, "Hey, Hollywood stopped raping each other long enough to give us moral advice. Yay!"
Right. Well, the whole Al Franken thing.
Oh, dude, Al Frank, dude, and now they're freaking impeaching Trump. They brought up whatever it is that you have to do to impeach Trump, and that'll be interesting because you know what? They couldn't impeach Clinton, and they caught him with genetic material. So I'm not sure what the hell is going on with that, but it's so crazy because they're like, oh, he talks about doing this and doing that, and all the people were so outraged that in a locker room 30 years ago he talked smack, and now but they actually grab stuff.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And he was right. According to the law, he did not.
Let me give you the list of the ones I did have sexual relations with.
Maybe Trump's going to make America great again because we're all going to come together and impeach his ass. Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
We'll still be divided. Okay.
Yeah, we'll still be divided.
It's a trick.
One group will be like, we impeached him the wrong way.
Well, here's the thing. What are they trying to distract us from that they're bringing up the impeachment stuff now? Nothing happens, oh, well, we just decided to do it now. Okay. There's always we're distracting you for something. Well, you did not see the little, it's not an AI thing. It was actually a drone thing. There are drones that in each drone they have cell phone technology. They have drones
are being
in drones.
flown by drones.
Yes. Well, they're drones that you release them, and they have the facial recognition from Facebook, and so they come find you. You just dump like 50,000 of them out in a city, and they just come find you.
We've had these forever. Did you watch NCIS?
Well, these have a shaped charge in them, and they fly up to your head and go boom and blow your freaking brains all over the wall.
I am upset about this season. I am like on edge every episode of NCIS.
I haven't seen this season.
It's Abby's last season.
Okay.
How are we going to go forward without Abby?
Uh,
How are we going to go forward without every episode? Gibbs! No more Cap House, no more major mass spectrometer.
here.
Been 14 years, man. 15 years. Oh, shit.
Well,
A lot of years.
You got to figure if she played her cards right, she has more money than she can ever spend. Oh my God!
And what's funny is she used to be married to Coyote Shivers.
Who's Coyote Shivers?
You ever seen Empire Records?
Yeah.
The guy who was the lead singer of the band, up on the roof, when they were playing at the end. He was the one who was dating chick who shaved her head, Robin Tunney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a vague idea. I think I know who you're talking about.
He was he was a singer, but a punk singer, but yeah, his band was the one that played, and then Renee Zellweger sang with him. Sugar High, yeah.
Okay.
Which was actually, which is funny
It's
as
been
hell.
let me tell you how long ago it's been since I've seen Empire Records. Empire Records is one of Laura's favorite movies.
Great movie.
So, when we were first dating, we've been married for over 17 years. When we were first dating, she pulled out the VHS so I could see Empire Records.
Did y'all VHS and chill?
We actually VHS and chilled a lot back in the day.
But what's funny about that song "Sugar High" is the version in the movie is not the original version he wrote. They all say life's just a bowl of cherries, but just the first line of the song. The original, they all said she's just a little groupie slut. And then it goes from there. Because I downloaded the song thinking it was the one from the movie. And I'm like, whoa.
That's
Still a good song, but whoa.
That's always a shocker.
Yeah.
It's like when you download CeeLo Green songs and you're like, oh yeah, I heard this on the radio. No, I didn't. I'll put this down a little bit because there's a lot of negative space above you.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there you go. There's still a lot of negative space.
And we are on season 14 of NCIS, by the way.
A long time.
Yeah. What's funny is you look at their ages now.
Oh, they're so old.
David McCallum, Ducky,
Mm-hmm.
84 years old.
Unbelievable.
Mark Harmon from Summer School, 66 years old.
I remember.
Gibbs is 66 years old.
Dude, I remember when Mark Harmon was in Battle of the Network Stars
Yes.
when I was a kid. And
you know who he's married to? Pam Dauber. They've been married forever.
oh,
Yeah.
I back in the back of my so in the Battle of the Network Stars, it was funny because he was a quarterback for UCLA or
Yes.
something like.
Yes.
I know he was a quarterback in.
Yep.
Well, the funny part is in Battle of the Network Stars, you see all the all the stars battling, and you're like, oh yeah, these guys, they're pretty athletic for star. Then they have a relay race. And Mark Harmon grabs the baton, and you see what a real athlete looks like compared to everybody else. And he almost laps a dude. He's running so fast, and the announcers are just like,
Yeah.
Whoa.
One of them was the
Butkus.
great Howard Cosell.
"Oh, it was Howard Cosell and Dick Butkus."
Yes.
They were the announcers.
Yep.
It was awesome because there was one where they had like a sprint, and the gun goes off, and this guy tears off. And Howard Cosell goes, it appears he took off a little soon. And you hear Butkus go, I don't know, Howard. Maybe the other guys were just sitting around scratching the grass.
So
Howard Cosell had no idea what to do. He just went, well, that's a possibility. We'll have to see the replay.
So Polly Perrette, who plays Abby Shudo,
Okay.
48.
Yeah, she's my age.
Old.
She was younger than me.
Yeah, there's a lot of tricks.
Tim McGee is 40 and got the job because of his stepdad. Donald Belisarius.
Yeah.
Or Belisario, yeah.
Belisarius is actually, there's a series of books called the Belisarius books. And they're really kind of clever because Belisarius, if you don't know, was the greatest general in Rome's history. Possibly the greatest general ever. And during the rule of Justinian, he reconquered Western Rome because Justinian wanted him to, and he said, "Oh, it's probably a bad idea, but I'll do it anyway." And then that's when Rome really crumbled because it had no money anymore, and it went bye-bye. But the Belisarius series is awesome because it's 300 AD, and people from two factions from the future decide that they need to change the world, so they send their people to that time. And one side teams up with Belisarius, and one side teams up with this giant empire at the time, and very well written. I'm actually rereading it again for like the 5th time right now. Very clever.
You know, it's funny. The youngest person on that show, the youngest regular on that show, is Emily Wickersham.
35?
She's 33.
33?
Wilmer Valderrama's 37. He's older than I am.
Is that Fez?
Yeah, he plays Nick on the show, which I really like him on this. Yes,
Oh,
he's
he's
really
brilliant.
good. He is really good.
Yes, I used to be in a drone racing league. Did you really? No, I'm a natural athlete. I can do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jennifer Esposito, the one who plays opposite him, Quinn, she's 44.
So we went from celebrities raping each other to NCAA. I think it's a defense mechanism. When Cody reaches a point where he's disgusted or just done with bullshit, he goes, "We need to go to some TV show or something because it's a defense mechanism. It must be because it always happens. As it gets worse and worse and worse, you can tell TV show."
Speaking of which, so we sat down with the kids yesterday and watched, or day before,
Friday.
and watched A Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Oh, that's an old movie.
Early 90s movie, Thomas Ian Nicholas. It was around the time that he did Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, and you know, amazing special effects.
He falls down the warp, and he's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, it's so bad.
Ah.
So yeah, and Amanda's like, I know King Arthur from somewhere. I'm like, that's the bad guy from Lethal Weapon 2. And he was. So, and I'm like, you're gonna, and I'm looking at, watching the credits, and I'm like, holy shit, Kate Winslet and Daniel Craig. James Bond is in this movie.
But he's super young.
Oh yeah, but he was like a master swordsman, who wasn't a knight yet.
Yeah. Well, the crazy part is we're watching Thor Ragnarok, and what the hell's her name? The goddess of death is Kate Blanchett, and I'm like, why does I know I've heard the name Kate Blanchett. I said I can't really think of anything I've seen her in, and Laura goes, "Oh my God, she's been in so many things." So I pulled it up, and I said, "Yeah, she's been in like
fucking
everything, and I've seen 3 of them because those just aren't the movies I watch."
Hella.
So
Chick flicks, rom-coms.
Hella. It's just actually Hell, but they call her Hella. And we had the biggest fight at our house after watching Ragnarok because my youngest actually, once she reads the Rick Riordan books about the Greek gods and the Viking gods and the Egyptian gods, and she doesn't just read the books, she reads the books and then finds books on the actual mythology. So she starts discussing the actual mythology behind the movie, and the eldest loses her mind, and it is a throw down, flat out argument. You're wrong, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, whoa. Are we talking about the original mythology or the Marvel mythology that has sort of come about? And we had this huge fight. And and this morning I actually I had thought about it through the night, and I came up with this idea, and I looked at Taylor and said, wait a minute, I realized something. And you're right in a way. They're all stories. But you're saying, since it's all fiction, you're choosing the Marvel fiction over the original fiction. And my wife goes, yeah, babe, you can't do that. If the Marvel fiction's based on something else, the first writer gets dibs on what's real. So it's like if you base a novel on Anne Rice, you can't rewrite all of Anne Rice's stuff. If you expect it to be based on Anne Rice, you have to keep certain things in the I don't know what the hell you call it. In war, it's a theater
Canon.
of operation. Canon. The canon.
Yeah,
You have to
canon.
maintain the canon.
Yep.
And
Which I'm not doing in the book that I've been writing for like 12 years. But
he's got 3 awesome chapters written.
no, you've read 3 awesome chapters.
He actually did very well. I read it. I had a couple of suggestions, but other than that, it was really good. But anyway, so yeah, we had a huge fight because I was like, the Marvels all make believe, and she looked at me like, and the mythology isn't, and I'm like, yeah, but the mythology comes from original source literature.
Yeah.
And I said, you can't just say, well, the Marvel's better, so because in the actual source mythology, hell, where they say go to hell, goddess of death, and if you were a Viking and you didn't die in battle and you didn't go to Valhalla and you died of normal causes, you went and hung out with hell.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a bad place. It just wasn't the warrior's paradise.
You know, I'm surprised nobody's bitched that like God hasn't showed up in Marvel Universe. Because what Marvel's telling us is that Odin's God.
No, Odin.
Because there's no
is-
other God in the Marvel Universe. Like God, like main God.
Oh no, because Odin has a beginning and an end. Odin had a father, so therefore Odin isn't the creator of all. Everything was already there. They're just along for the ride as well. And if you look at the Indian mythos, they have millions of gods, and they are all merely aspects of the one God.
Yeah.
So in Indian aspects, when you talk about divas and gods, they're more like angels and demons.
Mm-hmm.
In the Christian sense, where they have a main God, and then everything else kind of I'm going the wrong way. Spreads out from there. The freaking camera's backwards. Drives me crazy.
We're seeing it how they're seeing it.
Yeah. So it's but when you go from there, there's still multiple expressions across the board, and then one main up here that comes down. Boom.
We're up to 4 people watching.
Yay!
4 people
You hear
watching.
that? 4 million people are watching right now.
4 million people
4
on
million
down.
people. That's amazing.
Because one of our fans is worth 1 million of those other half-ass fans.
Oh, are you done with that thought?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got to throw out a congratulations. American League MVP, Jose Altuve. Awesome job, buddy. Even though we're close friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Have him over for dinner.
But I tell you what, dude, 346 batting average for the season.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And he's held the AL batting title 4 years in a row.
You can hit every third at bat. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And he
Now,
hit them well.
if you hit it, if you walk, is that considered
Nope.
part of your batting average?
Mm-mm.
So if you walk, it's not considered your batting average.
Walk doesn't even count as an at-bat.
Oh,
So if you bat 4 times and you walk twice and you hit once, you're 1 for 2.
oh,
Yep.
well, that's not bad.
So yeah, walks don't count, but they do count for on-base percentage, which is different.
Yeah.
Josh said he's about to leave, so we'll be back at 3. I said, thanks, Josh. Way to be supportive.
Dick.
We love Josh.
Josh and I had
And
lunch
Josh,
together
we
yesterday.
actually, oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. We need to do something. Yesterday was insane, Josh. I'm sorry I couldn't hook up with you yesterday. But
He came out the ferry while I was giving tours and we went
That's
to lunch
cool.
afterwards. Yeah,
that's awesome. How late did you give tours?
till 2.
Oh, till 2?
Yeah, we go from 10 to 2.
Okay.
Well, we give the last tour at 2 if anybody's there for it.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Yeah, so maybe next time what we'll set up is Josh and I can meet you at ferry because I finish at 1.
Yeah.
and swing by and say hi or do something.
Unless the family of 3 shows up at like 12:58.
Yeah, because my tour is about an hour and a half.
Well, you cut that one short.
I was talking about us. We showed
Oh.
up at his office to get adjusted at like 12:58.
Oh, really?
I have a rule in my office. My office closes when the patients are gone. If patients show up until 1:30, I'm there till 1:30. It's that's just not. I don't ever just lock the door. Well, I can't. But I don't ever just hide from people. I just start doing what I do.
Yeah.
You got to take care of people. You know.
And it was much appreciated because that visit yesterday was what put me on the mend to feeling better.
Beautiful. Glad to hear it. So.
But I know when we come back from our break, but I do want to say something about Thor after this, but before we go, that you might find interesting.
What's about?
Hold on. But when we come back, we're going to do our new segment called "These Are Our Top 5." I don't care what you think.
Oh, that's top 3.
Top 5.
There you go. They're
Top 3. Your top 3. There we are.
Nick's an alien. No, I'll do that one.
And we want you to jump in on that. Don't jump in until we start the segment. But we want to know your top 5 superhero movies. We're going to start with an easy one. From here on out, it's not going to be easy. We're going to talk about like your top 5 favorite.
So comment your top 5
superhero
to
movies.
the producer, and we'll talk about them when we get back.
Yep. Top 5 superhero movies. But before we go,
No, go keep going.
did you know Chris Hemsworth almost lost Thor to his brother Liam?
That's funny.
Liam got the call back, and Chris Hemsworth didn't.
Ha!
That's hilarious.
And I guess he was doing a movie or something with Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon's like, "Dude, what the fuck? You should be in this movie. You'd be a great Thor." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess my audition didn't go too well. I didn't get a call back." And then I guess Chris Hemsworth's manager and Joss Whedon called the people up, and they're like, "This dude."
Well, the greatest part about Chris Hemsworth is he is a big, talk about sexiest man alive. He's a big, good-looking kid, and he's a decent actor. But my thing about him is he can be trying to be serious. That dude cracks me up. He is
he's good.
such a good comedian, and he's not even trying to be a comedian, and I'm just sitting there giggling. But oh my god,
Greatest delivered line in a Marvel movie, probably. No. He where they talk about Loki, and they're like, "He's killed this many people." He goes,
He's adopted.
He's adopted. He's my brother. I will save him. He's adopted.
Have a care, human. Loki is of Asgard. He killed like 80 people. He's adopted.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic line.
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth just cracked.
It's like the only good line in any X-Men movie. It was in the first one. It's me. Prove it. You're a dick.
You're a dick.
Okay.
Yes. So you actually saw the first X-Men?
The first one, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it has some great lines in it. You know, the whole, what would you expect? Blue and yellow spandex?
Yes. And the part where he stabs the metal detector and then pulls these two claws in, so
Yeah.
there's just one claw sticking up. Oh my god. When the first X-Men movie came out, I had such high hopes.
And then it just went downhill even worse than it was.
It didn't. The first X-Men movie was unbelievable.
What they need to do now is have Scott Wolf show up in Deadpool. Scott Wolf played Cyclops.
Oh.
They need to have him show up in Deadpool too.
So he's not dead?
No, you know why? He's Cable's dad.
Oh.
Remember, Cable's from the future.
Yeah.
He's Scott Summers' kid.
Well, somebody is... that's hilarious. That would
And
be-
it's Josh Brolin playing Cable.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, the crazy part is Cyclops, he's somebody's kid, and like the power got all screwed up, and that's why he can't control his eye blasts.
Yeah.
But he's apparently some super powerful dude's kid. All right. So top 5
Superhero movies.
top 5 superhero movies.
We'll be back right after this.
Royalty-free music.
Royalty-free music. There
Here
you
we
go.
go. All right. You got something to listen to while we go. A nail art video. You know those little like DIY videos? They play like the music like this in the background because it's royalty free.
Yes. Oh, we're really delayed.
The key to financial well-being is learning. Like knowing that a State Farm Bank checking account could save you money on ATM fees. Open an account today.
Who's the head? Can you make me another puppet for Sam? Pumpkin Boots.
I do that and your sign falls.
Oh.
Oh.
No biggie. I will,
How would you like thousands of dollars back in your pocket? We're throwing our biggest rebate of the year. For a limited time, we're offering huge rebates when you buy or sell with Chantel Ray. Visit chantelray.com/biggest rebate to get in on the action. 'Cause if it has to sell, call Chantel. chantelray.com.
The Chantel advertisement is based on the Chantel commercial you just heard is based on
Geographic location?
geographic location based on the movie, the music that we are listening to. We are in no way associated with Chantel Realty. However, you know, that's what you got to do to get the music. That's what you got to do. Cody is hitting the head, so he will be back shortly. If you didn't hear that, well, you weren't paying attention. You were just listening to the music. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great. I'm going to do some computer stuff. Remind me later. Perfect. Nice. Okay, there we go. We are getting to the point where pumpkin spice is starting to overwhelm the world. There's something I gotta find for Cody. It's about, it's the lady who does the, oh hell no, pumpkin spice. No more pumpkin spice.
Fuck that.
But I can't remember what it is. See if I can find it.
Alright. Well, we are back. A public service announcement.
We don't need that
Don't
kind
be
of
a dick.
negativity.
There you go. Yeah, we don't need that kind of negativity. Fuck you. Alright, so we're going to do our top 5. I think in the future what we'll do is we'll try to post it on Facebook what our top 5 is going to be for Sunday. Give you guys time to come up with your top 5. This one's kind of easy. A lot of people already have this top 5 in their mind.
Pumpkin spice will destroy us all.
No, it won't. Pumpkin spice is what will keep the AIs
Is
at
that
bay.
Josh?
No, that's me.
So
Pumpkin spice cookies, pumpkin spice coffee, pumpkin spice
beer.
donuts, beer, everything.
Thank you, sweetheart. Was that all that was left?
Yeah, I got another pot going.
Okay. That's the
That would be the producer.
probably copywritten, yeah, because that was from Ghostbusters. Yep. Okay.
This is one of my favorite things ever.
Opening a
The fresh smell of coffee. That's awesome.
I don't know why that volume's up. There we go. Okay.
Get that down. So we, I have a
Maybe
friend
just
of
look at the
mine
comments,
who,
if there's any.
who was a paramedic, and coffee has magical properties. If you have a place that has the stink, what you can do is get packs of coffee. There's little coffee packs that you open up, and they're individuals.
Mhm.
You pour it into a bowl and set it out, and it will absorb smells.
Oh wow.
It's really good stuff.
That's why a lot of drug traffickers put cocaine in the coffee because drug dogs can't smell it.
I've heard that, but I don't think it's true.
I think it's. I think that's. They've proved that that's a myth.
Really?
Because the dogs can actually smell it through the coffee smell. But I'm sure it helps. For God's sakes, I mean, it couldn't hurt. Coffee smells amazing. If anything, it'll attract the dogs. The dogs will be like, that's good. What is that?
All right, so top 5 superhero movies.
Sure.
We can start with number 5 and work our way up.
Mm-hmm.
And so go ahead. What's your number 5 superhero movie?
Number 5 superhero movie.
Yep.
I don't know that I can put them in. I can give you 5 movies that I think are my top. Sorry, try that hand. I'll go with one that not a lot of people probably know about. It's called Mystery Men.
Oh my God, such a great movie.
That's in my top 5 is Mystery Men. Such a good movie. And if you haven't seen Mystery Men, just watch it. It's fantastic. It's about guys with half-assed superpowers who are trying to protect the city from a real supervillain who is just crazy powerful. He does technology. He's I don't think his name is Frankenstein, but it's close to that. But he's essentially Dr. Frankenstein, so he does technology, and he has his nemesis is like Superman, but the real superhero in the city goes away, and these guys have to fight off Frankenstein, and Mystery Man's awesome. You just can't.
Hank Azaria, Jeannie Garofalo,
Eddie Izzard.
And the baddest bowling
William H.
ball
Macy.
ever
Yes,
created.
yes, the bowling ball with her dad's skull in it.
Baby bowler.
Yep.
Yeah, my
All right,
dad fell
that's-
down an elevator shaft onto some bullets.
Yeah. So all right, so my number 5 would be the original Avengers movie. Great. I mean, you have probably the best ensemble cast for a superhero movie. Just the people who just matched so well to the characters. I mean, I like Ed Norton as Hulk, as Bruce Banner, but Mark Ruffalo really took that awkwardness of Bruce Banner and the paranoid, Bruce Banner to the level it should have been.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on, Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
That throws in one of my top 5s is the original Iron Man.
Okay.
Iron Man 1 with Tony
okay.
Stark is just great movie.
Awesome. All right, so that's your 4 then, ish. Or that's one of your top 5. Then?
That's one of my top 5.
Okay.
So it's you've got Mystery Men, Iron Man, Avengers is actually part of my top 5 as well.
Okay.
So that's 3 of mine.
All right. My number 3 would be Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It's a good one.
Great movie.
Good one.
Another great ensemble cast. Vin Diesel's best role ever was in both Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
That's Groot.
Yeah, Groot's awesome.
So then you got 2 more.
Well, I would say that my last 2 would be Deadpool is also in my top 5 because I love that movie. And then
wait, that was my number 4, not my number 3.
Is that your number 4?
That was my number 4, yeah. So I got 3 more, but go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you can knock
Oh,
out.
well then number 3 would be Guardians of the Galaxy.
which was also one of my top 5s.
Okay.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 didn't make my top 5. But there was a fantastic line, and an honorable mention is actually the Man of Steel, the current Superman, the first current Superman movie, and the only reason
Brandon Routh?
if he's the current Superman.
Oh, the guy who is the current Superman now.
Yeah, his first movie was I really enjoyed as an honorable mention because it had one of the best lines ever.
and the general's looking at
Henry
Superman.
Cavill.
The general's looking at Superman, and he says, you know, how do we know that you won't one day turn on the U.S. because you know it's all about, you know, Department of Defense. And Superman looks at the general and goes, I was raised in Kansas. You know, he's your all-American kid. You know, he was raised in Kansas. He goes, I was raised in Kansas. You know, I'm an American. Relax, dude. You know, and that was kind of awesome.
Yeah, Henry Cavill's his name.
Gotcha.
All right, so then number 2 would be one you haven't seen. That's Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen
The only DC movie in my list. The best DC movie ever. Gal Gadot killed it. Chris Pine was awesome and has some great one-liners in it.
Yeah.
And then
Chris Pine is a great.
On Themyscira, her aunt who taught her to fight is fucking Princess Buttercup.
I actually watched a chunk of Wonder Woman. I just never finished it. And when Buttercup showed up, I was blown away.
And Talon, Talon always goes, she still looks really good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful girl.
Yeah. Robin Wright. Formerly Robin Wright Penn.
Let me think.
Was that your 5? Or how many did you give?
I've only given 4.
Okay.
Mystery Men, Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers. So I'd say.
You said Superman.
No, I said Superman was an honorable mention because of that one line.
Gotcha.
The one line, because there's a lot of, if you pull one-liners out, I mean, because we could do a whole top 5 lines in superhero movies, and oh my God, then you're really opening it up because there are some just awful movies that are hilarious. I mean, what's his name? I lost his name. Oh, I can't believe it. If Chins Could Kill.
Jay Leno?
No.
Are you talking about Hellboy? Ron Perlman?
Love Ron Perlman too. I liked Hellboy. Enjoyed Hellboy a lot. Hellboy might be in the top 5. It's close. Yeah, I would have to say Hellboy's probably. And the door just opened by itself. Oh, hopefully that was.
Maybe you didn't have the camera set up.
We didn't have the camera set up. We don't know.
Oh, the AC kicked on. That's what it was.
Gotcha. But when you're, the first Hellboy was unbelievable. I saw that in the theaters several times and just loved it.
Well, my number 1 should be rather obvious.
Yeah,
Deadpool. Yes, no,
yeah, see, I have a tough time because I really liked Blade, and that is technically sort of a superhero movie, but not. But Blade had one of the best lines.
Well, he was superhuman. I mean, think about it.
He's from a comic book.
Well, that doesn't make it a superhuman or a superhero.
He
Howard the Duck was a comic book. Archie's a comic book.
Yeah, but they're not heroes. They're not superheroes.
Yeah, I know, but you just said he's in a comic book.
Sure, but he was a hero. Blade is a hero because he's fighting the vampires. Yeah, that's not quite as important as fighting off the AIs, but it's up there. I actually, if you see Avengers 2, you have to watch it multiple times to pick up on stuff. There's a great line in Avengers 2, the Rise of Ultron, and Tony Iron Man goes into this one thing, and there's all these Hydra agents, and he goes, "Can we talk about this?" And they all start shooting at him. So he shoots them with these little rockets. And as he's walking out the room, he goes, "Okay, guys, good talk." and you hear in the background, "No, it wasn't." So you miss that if you don't watch it a bunch of times because it's all explosions and you're not really listening. But that was a good line.
Yeah, no.
But Hellboy was awesome.
Yeah. Deadpool, though, I mean, you talk about good lines. I mean, the entire friggin' movie. My favorite line in the movie.
For the guy who pressures her in at prom sex.
Yeah. My favorite line in the whole movie, though, was, "I'm taking you to the professor. McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing." Yes. And nobody could have played Deadpool besides Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he just embodied the character. The only problem I had with Deadpool was the lack of schizophrenia.
He's not schizophrenic yet.
No, but because even in the comic he is, and they have 2 different thought bubbles for the 2 different voices in his head.
3.
Well, no, there's his and then the other 2.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So those 2 will talk to him and talk to each other, and they do it in the video game too.
And I thought when the guy stabbed him in the head, that was going to start the whole thing. Because I saw the little cartoon creatures pop out, and I was like, oh, is that how they're going to do it? But then that went away.
And they put out a teaser trailer for Deadpool 2, which is coming out next year, where Deadpool is standing there as Bob Ross. And he's, painting pretty little pictures of Cable and shit like that. Cable being played by Josh Brolin. Good casting. We'll see. And there's been many times in these superhero movies where we've gone, the fuck is that person doing in this movie?
That's such a weird idea, but yeah.
But it happens. We see it and we're like, why is this okay? For instance, Heath Ledger. Really, the dude from 10 Things I Hate About You is going to be the Joker? Really?
I'll go one step further.
And he was amazing.
When I was a kid, and they said that Batman was going to be played by I love the original Batman. Not the original, but
the Tim Burton Batman? Michael Keaton?
Yes, Michael Keaton. When they said, oh yeah, Michael Keaton's going to be Bruce Wayne, everybody went, what? Freaking nailed it. He even got all Michael Keaton in one scene when he grabs a poker and goes, if you want to get nuts, let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts.
That was so Michael Keaton. And it was a great scene.
Yep.
That's man, that movie is like skirting the edges because the original Tim Burton's Batman, it was close.
It was.
Why didn't somebody tell me he had one of those things?
Yeah.
It was great.
Where did he get those wonderful toys?
Yeah, that's a hard thing.
He
took my balloons!
I remember when that came out, God, we still lived in the small house in Craddock on Rogers Place, not even the one that you came to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was like a long time ago.
Yeah. It was a long time ago. I might have been in college. I must have been in college.
But Morena Baccarin is back as Vanessa.
That always works.
Josh Brolin is Nathan Summers, a.k.a. Cable. Negasonic Teenage Warhead is back.
She's a riot.
T.J. Miller as Weasel is back. This young lady named Zazie Beetz is playing Domino, which she actually looks really... I mean, even without the makeup on, she looks like she could play Domino.
Who's that? Hold it. Move your hand.
Who's what? Her? Zazie Beetz?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Julian Dennis.
I have no clue who that is.
I have no clue that.
Leslie Uggams is back as Blind Owl.
So 1989 was the Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was in college.
And Karan Soni is back as Dopinder. Gotta have Dopinder back,
Best
man.
cab driver ever. Dopinder. No. Yes.
I did not tell you to do that. I'm so proud of you.
So proud of you. Oh my God.
You gotta take him back.
Kill him.
You gotta win her heart. Kidnap
Exactly.
her. Leslie Uggams as Blind Owl is great. If you watch Empire, she played Lucius's mom on Empire. I don't know if she still does, but I stopped watching Empire a while back. She had her own show back in the day, the Leslie Uggams show.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's been around forever.
She's
she's
so familiar.
She's great as Blind Owl. I mean,
dude, she is Red Fox. She is the female Red Fox.
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
She's 74 years old.
She looks a lot older. They make her up a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because she's younger than Ducky. Did you see the guy who, the fighter pilot, who
Yes.
Drew a penis.
Yes.
Did you see that?
That?
Yeah.
Yeah. She just texted it to me, actually.
That's awesome. I love the fight. Somebody was like, "Oh, that's a waste of resources, dude. That is like the best use of resources."
He's training.
He's training. He's
High-speed turns.
Besides, he it's not a penis.
Look at
he
the precision.
He drew an infinity symbol and then connected the edges.
Well, in flight, they call that a figure eight, but yeah.
A figure eight?
It's a figure eight. That's what it's called.
I don't know.
Fly like that.
He drew a penis with a...
But, I mean, come on. If you can draw a
now,
penis...
that's a hero.
That's...
I give that guy
That's
a
precision
high
flying,
thumbs
man.
up, high five.
That, you know what? Now, other pilots are going to try to draw shit in the sky, and it's just going to make them better.
And you know what happened, though?
The only reason that was such a big deal is because he did it over the White House.
Now it's the really White House.
He drew a penis over the White House. That's awesome. But he's so late. He's 30 years too late because that's obviously Bill Clinton's symbol. I mean, if you're gonna draw us a penis over the White House, man, you should have done that when Slick Willie. Bill Clinton would have died laughing. Bill Clinton would have given that dude a medal.
Put a cigar beside it.
Put a what?
Cigar.
Beside
Put a
it.
cigar beside. Hell yeah. Well, you know, we were talking about Bill Clinton earlier, and according to legal stuff, sex only counts if it's genitalia to genitalia. Therefore, when he said, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman," he was right. Legally. So then that started a huge fight between my wife and I, because at some point in time we were discussing that, and I'm like, so it's not sex. A blowjob isn't sex. And then my buddy and his wife was like, yeah, it's not sex. And our wives were like, bullshit. Blowjobs are sex. And you cannot get away with that crap.
It may not be sex, but it's still inappropriate.
Where is Honeybee Golf Course?
I don't know.
Because
But,
they just took a picture of 2 bald eagles there.
Well, there's bald eagles all around here.
This is local.
Yeah, there's bald eagles here. So, if you are not from Virginia, you may or may not have heard about this. Years ago, they had a nesting couple of bald eagles, and they had eaglets in a nest. And the mama bald eagle got sucked into an airplane engine.
Yeah. Yep. I remember
This
that.
area lost its shit. And all of a sudden...
We have to stop flying planes.
No. My wife goes to the comment section of the eagle cam, because they had a camera that showed into the nest, and you saw all this stuff, and they were like, "Oh, the daddy can't handle it by himself," and the dad like starts showing up with food. So it's like, no, maybe the single parent can pull it off. But they ended up taking the eaglets out and transferring them somewhere else so that they could raise them.
Well, because here's how it is. They were at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
Here's the Botanical Garden on the map. Here's the Botanical Gardens. Here's the airport.
Yeah. So mom got sucked into this thing. Well, the funny part is, Laura pulls up all the comments, and there's stuff like, "Fly high, mommy eagle. We know you're looking down at us from heaven." And that was like par for the course. They just kept going on. So the wife and I go get breakfast.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
You are the wind beneath my wings. So we're going to breakfast, and that morning we decided we're going to Cracker Barrel, and we pull into the Cracker Barrel parking lot.
Which is the whitest restaurant ever.
Cracker Barrel, yeah. And if you're in Atlanta, this is the funniest part. When we were in Atlanta, Georgia, they had an IHOP and they had a Cracker Barrel, like 2 miles apart. You'd walk into IHOP, all black waitresses. Walk into Cracker Barrel, all white waitresses. It was the funniest thing ever. And yeah, we absolutely picked up on that. It's the Cracker Barrel. So we walk into Cracker Barrel at Lynn Haven Mall. Walk through the front door. There is a giant bronze statue of an eagle. And my wife starts laughing uncontrollably. It's that, and it's not funny laughter. It's that nervous, "Oh my God, what is the universe doing to me?" laughter. Oh, it was so good. But yeah, it was a hell of a week.
It was the local version of Harambe.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, if a hunter had snuck up there with a shotgun, maybe, but oh my god, yeah, it was crazy. Mama Eagle got sucked into a plane.
Honey is the only food that will not rot. A jar of honey may remain edible for over 3,000 years.
Yeah, they found honey in the Egyptian tombs, and they boiled it and turned it back into honey and ate it.
Yay.
It was still edible. Types of headaches: migraine, hypertension, stress. I'm not saying a thing. You know, remember Steve Harvey and the two guys? Yep, that's me.
You ready to feel old?
Yeah.
30 years ago today, the Brave Star cartoon premiered.
The who?
Brave Star.
Who's Brave Star?
You don't remember Brave Star?
Is that the dude with the medallion that he could change all his powers?
And the cowboy hat?
And he had like a horse with a shotgun? Oh yeah, he would go strength of bear.
Yeah.
Eyes of whatever. Yeah, I vaguely do remember that. That's
Yep.
also about the time that Thundercats and Silverhawks.
Yep.
Yeah, they had a bunch of them. They were all...
There he is, Brave Star.
Yeah. I don't remember him ever pulling the wolf out. I guess I never saw him with his girlfriend.
But he was like a Native American cowboy space guy.
Yes.
Who could turn his horse into a bipedal horse with muscles.
And a shotgun.
Yes. That shot lasers.
Lasers. Yeah. So it would be like if Thundar was Han Solo
Thundar.
and Chewbacca was his horse. But yeah, I do remember Brave Star, actually. Yep. I watched some of this 30 years ago. Hell yeah, I was 18, so probably would drink with my buddies and put it on at night.
Golfer kills duck with drive.
That's a good shot, man. That's a hard shot. You kill a duck. Ducks are tough.
Randy Johnson killed a bird with a pitch. Remember that one?
Yeah, flew in front and bang. And Fabio,
you know what sucked about it though?
And Fabio killed a goose with his face.
No, he didn't. The roller coaster killed the goose. He just got pieces of it in his face. What sucked about that, him killing the goose, is
what?
The ball killing the duck. The ball hit the duck and then went in the water.
Oh, so he's got to take a drop.
Yep.
All the golf I know about is what my dad taught me and what I saw in Bagger Vance. So that's all the golfing knowledge I have.
Oh! They're showing the duck in the water with the stream of blood in the water. He hit that thing hard.
It like left a smoking hole. That's like what a 45 does when it hits.
Well, I'm gonna share that
little hole, big hole coming out.
Our good buddy Nate Reap posted that.
God bless America.
I'm gonna post that to take offense real quick. Holy shit, that was yeah, wow.
Damn.
Posting that right now. Holy shit.
That's a dead duck, dude.
That is a dead duck.
And that's like not concussion duck. That's like smoking hole through the duck.
Man. Well, there's the third. There's another one, a second one.
What happened?
Mel Tillis. Dead at 85.
No kidding.
Died this morning. He was great in Beer for My Horses. Toby Keith and Rodney Carrington. He was this. They ended up with the circus folk, who were run by Willie Nelson, and Mel Tillis was this really shaky guy. He, constantly shaking and but he was a sharpshooter, and he was like fucking dead on.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I ain't never.
Yeah, so.
Huh. Weird.
Yep.
People are going to die. We're getting older.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Keep getting older, people keep dying.
Yep. So, you guys are being awful fucking quiet today.
We just had somebody start watching. I don't know who it is.
Okay.
Yay.
Announce yourself.
Announce yourself.
Tell us who
Who
you
are
are.
you?
Come with me if you want to live.
Oh my god.
So, okay, let's save that for later. The story of Peter Dinklage.
Oh, by the way, last night there was a UFC on, and they have a new heavyweight in the heavyweight division who is Mark Hunt's sparring partner. And he hits harder than Mark Hunt. They had this dude he was fighting, big head, crazy strong dude. And he touched him, and the guy got wobbly. And then, to finish him, threw a flying knee. So imagine a taller version of Mark Hunt in his prime, young, in his prime, who can throw flying knees. Head high. Wow, I expected a lot more reaction out of that.
I'm trying to fathom that.
Yeah, he's a 6 foot plus Mark Hunt, like a 6'2" Mark Hunt, who can throw flying knees, and he hits harder than Mark Hunt.
Any relation to Mike?
Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt. Has anybody seen Mike Hunt? Is he around? Nice. Thank God nobody ever started calling Mark Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy is crazy powerful. And the guy you can tell when a striker, very good striker, like squares up with him in the ring or in the cage and immediately tries to take him down. They were like, "Oh yeah, we've seen video of this guy. We're not banging with him." And it didn't help. Super big, strong guy. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. It's holy shit. Yeah, that's a lot of dude to do that shit.
That's a lot of dude.
A
lot of dude.
holy shit.
What holy shit?
No, I'm just saying that I'm still on that shit.
Yeah, Mark Hunt's he's been Mark Hunt's sparring partner for 3 years, and he just walked in and wrecked some dude. It was pretty massive.
That's fucking scary, man. He might be the first person to kill somebody in a UFC cage.
He is a scary little dude. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, so there's a show on now on AMC called The Secret History of Comics. Robert Kirkman's Secret History of Comics. For those who don't know who Robert Kirkman is, he's the creator of Walking Dead and the writer. Him and can't remember the other guy's
You
name.
told me about this, and
Yeah.
I never did it.
We watched the first 2 episodes because they aired Sunday and then Monday. They aired the first one after Walking Dead because it was Robert Kirkman, and then they put it on its regular time, which is Monday night. And Kirkman's a funny dude.
Shoes.
Blueberry. Kirkman's a funny dude anyway. He's a really good interview. So he wasn't in the first 2 at all. Please. The first one was the history of Marvel Comics, in which they talked. They had Stan Lee on it, and they had a bunch.
The first one was Marvel.
The first one
So
was
they
Marvel.
didn't go even back further to like Action or any of those guys?
No. They went to Marvel first. It started out as Timely Comics, and Stan Lee was the kid who went and got sandwiches, and then became the editor because he was the last one left. Everybody left, and then after a while, they brought back Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. But yeah, there was some really interesting stuff in there, and
I've totally forgot about one movie. It wasn't a great movie, but if it can get you to read the book Watchmen.
oh yeah,
I don't know if you've ever read Watchmen, but it was the movie was a little different. The movie was actually very different.
a lot of blue dicks.
Well, there's a lot of blue dicks in the movie too. I mean, in the
Oh,
comic too.
yeah.
But that one. Was,
I have the trade paperback.
yeah,
for Watchmen. So
it's good.
That's like one magazine. You know how you get comics and you flip through them, and sometimes you look at the background and sometimes you don't. Mostly you just read the wording. Look at all of the art.
There's
all of it. It's
you want
amazing.
to get on that then. The Darkness and
What, Charlie Murphy?
no.
Darkness.
The Darkness, which was Image Comics, which was really amazing art. Greg Capullo did that.
Are you tapping on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Spawn, when McFarlane was doing it.
Yeah.
When McFarlane was doing Spider-Man, I mean, he did the most iconic Spider-Man cover ever. I mean, just that comic, if you got the variant covers, which were like, it was the same cover, but they did one in like black and gold. And they did them like, they had a couple variants. If you can find the variants, dude, if you have any of the variants, hold on to that shit. I am not kidding. That shit is worth some money. Because they are considered the most iconic Spider-Man covers. Aside from, Amazing Fantasy. The first appearance of Spider-Man. But, with Tom McFarlane was on that too. The one about Marvel.
Yeah.
Obviously, he drew for Marvel.
Sure.
But they had a bunch of the guys on there, and talking about like if you want to call it the quote unquote feud between Kirby and Marvel, and Kirby and Stan Lee, and they actually had like family members, like because Jack Kirby's passed on, and people that were there, for all these conversations and everything. It was pretty cool. And then the second one was the history of Wonder Woman.
Yes. Oh my God! I've seen other.
Now, do you know who created Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Who was it?
He was a little dude in the 30s or 40s. He was fascinating. He was like a psychologist, like a psychology professor, and he was.
His name is William Marston.
William Marston.
He created a polygraph.
Oh, did he?
Which is why. What's one of her main weapons?
The lasso of
truth.
Yeah.
But he was really super into BDSM.
Oh, absolutely.
He was
That's
like
why she's got the cuffs.
Yeah.
The cuffs.
And he had
a girlfriend who used to wear
hold
cuffs.
on. He was married.
Yeah, he was married.
And he was a professor of psychology, and then one of his students became his assistant, and she's the one who got him into the bondage and shit.
His assistant.
Oh no, hold on.
Assistant.
And then he and his wife had her move in.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, they were like a thing.
He had 3 kids with his wife and 2 with her.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I know all that. It's because if you watch a lot of the old Wonder Woman comics, it talks about how, I will not submit, and she gets all tied up with her golden
she would get
lasso.
tied up all the damn time. There was even one where she was like at a sorority and getting spanked and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was crazy watching. Linda Carter's like, yeah, I know the history of Wonder Woman. That shocked me. It's like when I heard all that, oh my God.
Oh yeah. I actually saw it. They have that isn't they. I can't remember what it was called, but they had an old series about comic books on like the History Channel, and so this isn't the first History of Comics show. But that's the one I saw was about Wonder Woman, and it was like, damn!
That's what Thanksgiving's like at their house.
What you got? It's a turkey all tied up. We actually call, we have a rotisserie grill, and it's one of those set it and forget it Ronco things, and we've had it for...
Ronco.
Yeah, we've had it for 17, 18
You just
years.
got dated.
Dude, when I was oh, he's not gone. He still does a bunch of stuff. In fact, the thing he's got now is the
I just shared it on TikTok.
the plate that's magnetic. So you put your pans on it, and the plate the hot plate doesn't get hot. It creates magnetism, which vibrates your cookware, and that will cook. So you can put your hand on the plate. You're not magnetic. It won't heat up. Induction heating. So induction deals with magnetics, and it excites the molecules in the metal. We're talking about exciting things. But so we've got one of the rotisserie grills, and you can't put a huge turkey in it. You can only put like a pounder in it. But we have to get the string because Laura has to do turkey bondage every year when we rotate the turkey. So she has to tie the turkey all up, and absolutely that's what we call it. We were watching,
She gets practice the rest of the year.
Oh, dude, she was so funny because she read, of course, read the 50 Shades of Grey books, and she was like, that was a terrible story. That chick needed to write one book, get all the sex in the whole book, and then just go from there. And if you haven't seen the Santa, the 50 Shades of Santa, because it's Christmas time now. It's after Halloween, so we can get into Christmas. Look up 50 Shades of Santa. Oh my God, that is hysterical. I swear, you talk, I'll find it.
Don't want to do it.
Yeah, you want to do it.
Don't want to do
No,
it.
you do. It's awesome. It's
Don't want to do it.
come on, you do. It's the best ever.
Don't want to do it.
No. Stop it.
Don't want to do it.
You do. 50 Shades of Santa. Wait, there's a full movie?
Jesus.
Wow, there's a lot of 50 Shades of Disney, 50 Shades of... Oh, shit.
Oh, we do have exciting news.
Hold on. We're gonna let
Why?
we're gonna let Cody see this one.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, he does.
Mismatch. I have a few questions.
This Christmas.
Mr. Claus was seeing you. What was he like? He was jolly. He was old, festive, intimidating. Do you have any interests outside of Christmas?
She looks like Alara from Orville.
Look at me. I'm just an elf.
I am looking at you.
Why are you a success?
Control. I decide who's been nice and who's been naughty. Have you been naughty? I'm incapable of leaving you alone.
Then don't.
Sit on my lap. Tell me what you want. You should stay away. I'll drink all your milk. Then
Oh
I'm going
my God.
to eat your
This is wrong. I play Santa, dude.
do romance. My tastes are very specific.
His chest hair, his white chest hair is in the shape of a tree.
Been checking it twice. I want to show you something.
Tis the season.
I want to
Oh no.
Look.
stuff your stocking.
Oh. Oh no.
50 Shades of Santa.
No.
Who are you to judge? I'm Saint Nick.
Anyways, on some good news, they are bringing back the amazing physical game show, Takeshi's Castle, which means the return of Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. Don't get eliminated!
Now, are they going to do it as a U.S. version?
No, Takeshi's Castle is still going to be the Japanese version, which means they're going to bring MXC back where they dub over it,
Yes.
and it's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
We used to sit up late at night watching MXC.
Oh, that used to be on in the middle of the day. It used to be, I can't remember when it was, but it was on at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, it would come on after Whose Line Is It Anyway, as well, late at night.
I gotcha.
So we'd be watching Whose Line, and MXC would come on. The first time we're like, what the fuck are we watching? And then you sit there and listen to everything, you're like, this is fucking genius right here.
My butt is itchy.
It was just their most random shit. But it was so good, because you know these guys are sitting there like, all right, let's watch the show. Dude, no. Because they would do shit like it was like the dentist versus like, you know, fucking ballet dancers.
Yes.
Is how they would say it, because there's like two giant teams of people. There's like 20 people. And there was always somebody named Baba Ganoush. Always somebody named Baba Ganoush.
I don't know how anybody, because like people finish that. but I don't know how.
What?
Baba Ganoush.
No, that people used to finish the challenge. Like they'd be like one or two that would always finish. And it was like,
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was like Wiped Out meets American Ninja Warrior meets fucking Spartan.
yeah, it was.
But it's people who aren't athletes. It was like all those things mixed into one, and it looked like the beginning of a motocross race when you got like 25 guys, going at the same time. It just
bam.
It was like 30 to 40 people,
It was
all starting at the same fucking time.
Ooh.
It was stupidly insane, but what made it great was the guys who dubbed it. The guys who went back and just went over everything. Oh my god! And they, what was it? One of the announcers or the sideline reporter, I guess you would call him, was Captain Tennille.
They actually had a Mystery Science Theater. I don't know if you guys ever remember a TV show. It was called The Master, and it was about this old ninja who returned to the U.S. to look for his daughter, and it had. I gotta find them. I gotta find the people because I can see the guy's face.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
The Master.
I just got a text from Nate, so I was
Ninja.
answering him. Okay.
Yes. The Master TV series. It was a ninja-based TV series with Lee Van Cleef as the Master Ninja. And a couple of them, they had Lee Van Cleef where they tried to dress him up in cowboy clothes, and he was like, I don't dress like that. But Lee Van Cleef made all his early success with Clint Eastwood and spaghetti western. Timothy Van Patten was Max Keller, his student.
Okay, we gotta give credit where credit is due. The guys who did MXC, Paula Beta, Peter Keiko, and Larry Strother.
Nice.
You guys are awesome.
Thumbs up. But
Great.
they had a Mystery Science Theater with the Ninja, and they had a couple of episodes, and they would joke at it. And they showed Lee Van Cleef in his ninja garb, and one of the robots goes, Lee Van Cleef plays an Arab woman. He really looked like an Arab woman in that scene too. It was hilarious.
But yeah, it's MXC was.
What little ninja trick did you use to sever his artery? My finger.
I'm sorry, I got a text.
He keeps getting texts.
I do.
This is why we used to take his phone away.
No, it's not.
He was way better when he didn't have his phone. Way better.
No, because then I really couldn't think of shit. We'd be like, even more. So
Oh,
yeah.
my Lord. Good Lord, tell him to shut the hell up.
No,
Be quiet. Who is it?
Nate.
Oh, hey Nate. Aren't you watching? Are you watching?
He's driving.
He's
Well,
driving.
he's writing. He's in the car with his wife.
Oh, where are they going?
It's the boy's birthday, his son's birthday.
Oh, okay. Very fun. I haven't seen you in forever, Nate. Are you listening?
No, he was just texting me.
Oh, ask him where he's been. I haven't seen him in a couple of Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
So, lots of good stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. His thumbs move really fast. It's pretty impressive.
Because I'm good at that shit.
Oh, he's also got small thumbs. See, he's got little tiny thumbs.
You like jazz?
Cody of the Flag. Only if it's on the original vinyl. Jazz can only be appreciated if it's on the original vinyl.
I watched Wayne's World the other day. Actually, both of them. When Cassandra's sitting there, she's like, "Look what I got." I went to the record store. And she's like, "You know this?" He's like, "Fran Becomes Alive." Everybody in her mom is Fran Becomes Alive. If you lived in the suburbs, it was issued to you. You just come in the mail with boxes of Tide.
That's fun.
And it was hey, look at this one, Jerry and the Pacemakers. You know, I think those guys actually have pacemakers now. Oh, shit.
That's funny.
I think we're about done.
I think we're about done too.
It's 11:50. 11:50.
11:50. Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour and 50. We're good. It's all good. Yeah.
Yep. So we will see you guys next week. We'll come up with a awesome top 5 for you to work on.
It's Thanksgiving.
So,
Top 5
shit.
dishes.
That's too easy.
Is it?
Yeah. Top 5 Black Friday fights.
Top 5 reasons why having dinner with family sucks.
We'll come up with something. Top 5 bondage instruments.
Candy
Turn the show off.
We love y'all. Take
See you
it
next
easy.
week.